Hey everybody, I'm going to draw a bat today. Here's my paper. You might notice that I turned it sideways. Bats are pretty famous for having big wings, so I'm going to fill this piece of paper up with some wings. Anyway, let's get started. Bats can get really ugly, so I'm going to do what I can to make a cute, friendly bat. And one way to do that is to give them some big, goofy eyeballs. Bats actually have really good eyesight, despite hearing I'm blind as a bat. They have good eyeballs, good eyesight. So I'm going to make some big eyes there. And I like to draw bats that are kind of like dogs or foxes. I like to give them a little bit of a snout. And then from here, give them something like that, some kind of big mouth. I also like to give my bats kind of these goofy eyelids. And then coming around here, here's my bat. Here's my bat face. One important thing about bats is got to be their big ears, right? So I'll draw this big kind of triangular shape, like almond shape. I don't like to make triangles for my bats. I don't like to have those sharp points on the ears. That makes it look a little too sharp or something. I don't know. All right, but that's enough about the bat face. Let's talk about the wings, because the wings are really cool. So bats have, a shoulder like you and me. And they have an upper arm, and then they have like a forearm, and then right here where their hand would be, this is where the wing starts. They've got this big long line. And I do that on the other side and give them a little kind of bicep, bat bicep, a little bat forearm, and then right here where the hand would start to be, I go whoosh. All right. So now this is gonna be my bat's wings. You know what? Before I do all that though, let me put in a little bat body here. I think that'll help me out. I'll do kind of like just a little teardrop shape. Give him a little bit of a belly. And bats have, little legs. So I'll give this guy some little legs here. And they have to have like claw feet, right? Bats have to hang upside down. So they have to grab hold of stuff. And you can't grab hold of stuff unless you have claw feet. So now I've got my bat here. Now let's go back up to this hand thing. Bats are kind of cool because each part of their wing is almost like a finger. So I'm drawing like fingers coming out of that spot right there where the hand would kind of be. And I'm just kind of copying the same bendy line that I made before, stretching it a little bit inward, bringing it a little bit inward, making it a little smaller each time. Right, that'll be the basic bat shape right there. At this point, I think it's a good idea to switch over to my thin marker. So I'm going to flip over here, because there's a lot of detail work to do here with this bat. First, let me go back here and take a look at his face. I think I might give his ears a little definition, maybe a little hair inside those ears. Bats are actually kind of little hairy beasts, so give him a little hair in there. For his eyeball here, I think I would do like a little kind of backwards C to give him like teeny tiny pupils. Alright, this bat looks kind of silly. Let's give him like a goofy tongue over here. He's sticking his tongue out. And maybe we give him some bat teeth. Alright, so that's a pretty good bat face. All right, let's take a look at these arms. I'm just gonna do a smaller line down here, and I'm not gonna kind of connect it because the bat's arms have this big kind of wing membrane coming down, so I want to leave that to look almost like a little bit like it's hidden inside a membrane. All right, so now to make the rest of the wing, I'm going to start down here at the tip, and I'm going to go in with a kind of a U shape and come back down here on the tip of the next finger, and I'll do that again, kind of going in, and again, kind of going in, and again, except now I'm just going to kind of make it part of the bat body. Do that over here too. Bring it in with like a curve. Do the same kind of little rainbow curve here. And there you go. There's my bat wing. I like to kind of go back and do a skinny line, kind of following this, almost like there's also a finger encased in that membrane. This just kind of gives it a little bit more shape, kind of like I did with that arm right there. I might go back and do that to each one. I'm going to be careful though with these lines. You don't want them to get too bulgy. Like right here, that's a little bit more bulge than I would care to admit, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm just going back here with this other wing, putting in those lines, trying to make this bat have a little bit more kind of shape to his wing. Boy, this is kind of tedious, isn't it? There we go. Oof, that was tough. One other thing that kind of helps your bat is if you just kind of go up in between the fingers and put like a little line coming down like this. There's a lot going on in those little creases where the bat's fingers and wings belong. But if you do it right, you can get yourself a pretty cool little bat. Alright. Now, that's a pretty good bat. Might give him a little bit of bat drool. Now, before I move off of this, I'm going to get rid of this Sharpie marker and just put in my my ballpoint pen. Bats are kind of dark. They're kind of hairy. So I think I would just kind of give them some texture. A little bat hair on the arms. Maybe up the side here. You could really get crazy with this if you wanted. I kind of put in like a shadow in each crevice and each valley of the wing, but I think that might be overkill. I think if we did that, we'd probably be here all night. But that does kind of help to make it look a little bit rounded, doesn't it? So that's a pretty good bat. Guess I'll finish up here with just a few little details, and then I'll say bye-bye to my bat. Thanks for drawing with me today.